Hello everyone and welcome to another live protocol video. This time I'm going to be focusing on 9 dead giveaways that you are an INTJ. If you're like me, at some point in your life you have questioned if you are into the MBTI world. At some point in your life you have questioned if you really belong to the personality that you think you do. So for me, I am pretty sure of my own personality, but still sometimes I do question it because I see a lot of similarities with other personality types. But I do honestly believe if you identify with all these 9 traits, you are most likely an INTJ. I hope this is helpful and I see you guys next time.
How to tell if someone is an INTJ. Number 1. Intuitively recognizes inefficiency. INTJs are known for being optimizers and advocates of everything that speaks efficiency. They are great at seeing where and how things could work better. Or at times, even dismantling entire systems, and replacing them with something new and more efficient. But the extent of this ability does not end there. INTJs almost have a sixth sense that triggers almost instantly, when they see things that can be improved. They don't need to be experts in the topic either, but they prefer to first identify all moving parts, so that they can better fit them together, to obtain the best outcome possible. Number 2. Satisfaction through competence. INTJs get a feeling of satisfaction whenever they see someone working at the best of their ability, performing the tasks they're supposed to in a competent way, or when something checks all the marks. From construction to healthcare, or even a movie where the script was brilliantly written, INTJs will always appreciate whenever something appears flawless, or close to perfection. Number 3. There's always a plan. I can say this with 100% certainty, because it is something I've felt all my life. The feeling that I was not made to work a regular job. I've always had an unspoken sense that I'm meant for something greater, or different than what is considered normal by society standards. An INTJ will always have a plan, and if they don't, they are planning on creating a plan to achieve some goal in their life. I can't speak for all INTJs, but I feel like most INTJs strive to achieve freedom. They will push towards something that doesn't directly involve people. The problem arises when they realize that for their plan to work, most of the time, people will need to be involved in some capacity. Even if it's in the form of clients, to buy their products. Whether INTJs like it or not, they are a part of society, and society consists of people. Don't take this the wrong way, but people means money, and for INTJs to achieve the freedom they desire, earning money is indispensable. Number 4. No bonding, unless it's a person of interest. INTJs will not be looking to socialize, for the sake of socializing, not to be confused with INTJs not liking to socialize as a rule. Many INTJs do like to socialize, but only with the right people. If someone approaches them with a topic of conversation that will spark their interest, then the INTJ will engage, and possibly even talk for hours. But if it's just chit-chat, the INTJ will leave faster than they can say, "What lovely weather we're having." Number 5. Fix it, don't just talk about it. This is going to sound cold, but it's important to understand the motivation before casting judgment, and by this I mean, the way INTJs show they care is by trying to come up with the best, more complete, and definitive solution to a problem. If someone is struggling with a certain aspect of their life, the first response of an INTJ is to try to find the solution. This comes from their need for efficiency. They see something like a hug as a mere band-aid, and not a solution. INTJs want to put a stop to the issue, because they feel it's the best way to bring that person back into a happy state. Although it's not a hug, it's the INTJ version of a hug. There's care behind their intention. It's not a robotic response, but as INTJs develop and mature, they realize that providing comfort with a simple hug has its effects, and serves a purpose, and even try to assimilate other forms of affection into their comforting methods. But only exclusively with the people that they really care about. You will not see an INTJ hugging someone they do not have any feelings for, mostly because, in general, they don't like to be touched. Number 6. Annoyed by fluff. INTJs like to get to the point, or root cause. They will be frustrated when someone is taking too long to get to the point, a book that spends too much time explaining the beauty of the scenery, or a movie that drags and develops very slowly. It's not even a question of them not liking it, they get annoyed by it. For something to be interesting to the INTJ, It has to have merit, or contribute to form an idea or a theory. If you feel that you find yourself getting aggravated by something that apparently has no value, or leading to a dead end, then you might be an INTJ. Number 7, the best way. Although INTJs might be able to imagine countless scenarios playing in their minds, or multiple consequences of a single action, they believe that normally there's always one way that is better than all the others, a single best course of action to be taken. They analyze the possibilities one by one, until they find the best answer for that specific situation. This is a process that triggers instantaneously, whenever they encounter a problem. People sometimes might see this as being rigid, and say, "Oh, that person always thinks his way is better." What they don't realize, is that is an educated opinion. It didn't come out of the blue. There was a weighing happening beforehand. The reason why INTJs push one specific opinion, is because they found it to be the most adequate, and with better chances for success. Number 8, INTJs are two different people. This might be controversial, but once again I urge you to hear the explanation before coming to conclusions. I'm not saying INTJs are two-faced, on the contrary. Outsiders will never know the true nature of an INTJ, only the closest people to them will. When INTJs are exclusively in the presence of family or close friends, they are warm, funny, outspoken, silly, loving, and dare I say, extroverted. Outdoors INTJs are guarded, and even a little suspicious. It's like the outside world is an emotional jungle, and because INTJs are very sensitive, they guard themselves against something that might hurt them. They are aware of the multitude of problems people might be experiencing. Society is made out of rules, constrictions, stressors, and anxiety-inducing events. Life is hard, and when people are unhappy or angry, they tend to lash out. INTJs do not want to be on the receiving end of it, so they do not allow for space to be existent between them and other people. INTJs were social distancing before it was cool. I heard this phrase somewhere, and I believe it applies here. To sum things up, when INTJs feel like their sensibilities are safe, they unwind, relax, and let go. When they go outside, they equip their armor, and make it as thick as possible. Number 9. INTJs are great advisors, but INTJs possess deep insight. Everything they choose to learn needs to be meaningful and useful. When they learn something, they want to master it, so it's a normal conclusion that when INTJs talk about something, they know what they're talking about. The problem is explaining how they know what they know. It's impossible to show any credentials for abstract pieces of knowledge. People will have a hard time wanting to follow their advice. Most people believe they know better. It's just a human thing, and accepting advice from someone else is admitting defeat, and admitting they don't know. So even though most of the time, I'm not saying always, but most of the time, INTJs do really provide good advice, no one seems to want to listen or follow. Conclusion. If you intuitively recognize inefficiency, get satisfaction through competence, you always have a plan, or a plan to create a plan. If you're only particularly interested in people when they say something that resonates with you, you have an inherent desire to fix and solve. If you don't like fluff, naturally start analyzing various outcomes when a problem occurs. You are warm and fuzzy with your loved ones, and guarded outdoors, and you're great at giving advice, but normally get ignored. If you identify with all these points, then there's a good chance that you might be an INTJ. If you liked the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. That will allow us to keep making more videos like this. For more related content, please click on one of the suggested videos. Thank you for watching.